Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Tea with Tina podcast. Today's episode is kind of interesting. We're going to be chatting with ChatGPT. I actually asked ChatGPT AI, an AI interface, to make me a podcast script. Okay, and the funny part is that I made the script. I told it to make me a script about detox teas. So we're gonna see what ChatGPT has to say. Is it gonna fall victim to the detox tea trend, or is it gonna use some science and common sense and say that detox tea isn't that great? I actually haven't read the script. I just told it to do it, so it's gonna be new to me. I might pause during the script to kind of reflect on some of the things that it says, but it should be interesting. ChatGPT is actually free, by the way. I think there is a paid version. It says that it can down throttle your service if a lot of people are using it, but I've never ran into that yet. I'm very impressed with how I can specifically ask it things like I were to ask it a human, and it does give me intelligent responses back. I think that's the cool part. At this point in time, it almost seems more like a realistic search engine, if that makes sense. Do you feel like when you type into Google, you type in results and you're just not really getting what you're asking about? I feel like Google is so ad driven now. It just, whoever pays the most, their search results are at the top. With ChatGPT, you can ask it something like a human, talk in words of how a person would talk, and you're actually gonna get some good results back. So I kind of like it from that perspective. So it's pretty cool. If you haven't checked out ChatGPT, definitely do it. It has some good insight into things. Okay, so let's just dive in and we'll start reading this. So ChatGPT told me that here's a podcast script focused on the topic of holistic health and fitness, nurturing mind, body, and soul. I feel like that's what it named my podcast. So it says intro music. Okay, we got some intro music going. So welcome to the Wellness Corner, the podcast where we explore the world of holistic health and fitness. I'm your host, Tina. In today's episode, we'll dive into the concept of holistic well-being, discussing how we can nurture our mind, body, and soul for optimal health. So grab a cup of tea. Oh my God, how did it know? Sit back and let's begin. This is very interesting. I like the Tea with Tina. Oh my gosh, no. Listen, guys, I need to take a step back. So I actually asked ChatGPT to do a podcast script about something health and fitness related, and that's the script that I got, because I was like, wait, this isn't right. But I'm going to keep it because I like the reference to the cup of tea for the Tea with Tina, just saying. So that was more of a generic one, but I asked, can you write me a podcast script about detox teas? Okay, so this is for real, the detox tea. So it says, the truth about detox teas, benefits, risks, and considerations. Okay, I like where this is going. So, okay. Welcome to Health Matters, the podcast where we dive deep into topics that affect our well-being. I'm your host, Tina. In today's episode, we'll be exploring the popular trend of detox teas. Many people turn to these teas in hopes of cleansing their bodies and achieving various health benefits. But what exactly are detox teas, and are they as effective and safe as they claim to be? Let's find out. Okay, I kind of like how this is going already. The fact that I just realized, the parallel between detox teas and the Tea with Tina. So many tea references. Okay, but let's take a look. So detox teas have gained significant popularity in recent years, often marketed as a way to cleanse the body, support weight loss, and boost overall health. These teas typically contain a combination of herbs such as dandelion root, ginger, green tea, and others believed to have detoxifying properties. Listen, I have two comments about that. The detox teas also have something like X-Lax in there to make you go to the bathroom. Have you ever watched Dumb and Dumber? I literally always think when he slips the X-Lax into his coffee and he's just on the toilet, that is a detox tea. You lose weight with detox teas because they make you poop your brains out, so then you're gonna lose weight. And it makes you think, oh, my body's detoxing itself. No, you're just going to the bathroom, which it normally does. They just pumped it full of stuff to speed up the process. And listen, maybe there's some herbal ways to make you go to the bathroom, and that's what happened. It's kind of like if you eat coconut oil or something, you're gonna be kind of, for lack of better description, more lubricated, and you're gonna go to the bathroom, right? It's just, it is what it is. And with these herbs, dandelion root, ginger, green tea, like you don't need to buy a $40 packet of like skinny tea to do this. Like you could do it yourself. You can just buy normal tea. It's like $3. Like we do not need detox teas. They are the masters of marketers. They really are. It kind of makes me sad because I've seen people where like they could really benefit from coaching. Even though they have to put in work, you know, that kind of deters a lot of us, right? Because we have to put in physical work when we're committing. We're paying money to put in work, right? But then I'll say like, oh, this supplement's cool. And they're ready to drop like 50 to $100 on this supplement when that could have gotten them a month of coaching. Like supplements are cool, but that's what they are. They supplement our journey. So if you're gonna spend money, I know we get tied in with the flashiness and the prettiness. Like I would rather you just invest in something that's actually gonna work. Okay. And my stuff's pretty good. Like not to toot my own horn. Like I have good coaching philosophies and good foundations, but I also like to say that my stuff's like really cute and fun, and I try to keep you excited like if you were getting some sort of tangible product like a supplement. So like I try to balance the realm of like I'm teaching you something, but we're also going to give you something cute and tangible, right? Just saying, shameless promo. Now let's see. While detox teas may offer some potential benefits, it's important to approach them with caution and consider their limitations. Let's begin by discussing the potential benefits associated with detox teas. We'll see what the benefits are. First and foremost, many detox teas contain herbal ingredients that possess diuretic properties. Yes. This means they can increase urine production and potentially help eliminate excess water weight. Yeah. Pretty much the same thing as if you were to drink a ton of water. So, you know, when we lack sleep, when we eat a lot of salt, when we're stressed out, whatever, you know, medication could be so many things, our bodies hold on to water and we get kind of puffy, right? Or even if we incorporate more carbs, when we, carbs help our body to store water in our muscles to make our muscles look fuller, but that could be why we hold on to water weight. So yeah, you're going to be a little bit puffy. Not saying that losing water weight's a bad thing, because in my opinion, losing water weight's the first step to losing real weight. And you kind of get that less puffy, inflamed look, but sometimes there can be underlying issues like hormonal. I know before I got my thyroid in check, I held on to water weight like crazy, and no matter what I would do, it wouldn't go away. Like I even just feel like I look leaner in my face and just everywhere. People have even been like, have you lost weight? And I'm like, no, not really, but like I've lost water weight. So if you don't get to the root, you're really probably not going to solve the issue, especially if it's like inflammation related. And also, you know what another diuretic is? Caffeine, which is why when we drink caffeine, we go to the bathroom immediately and we pee, you know? So like, if you're going to buy a detox tea, just drink some coffee for real. Like, I don't see any of the benefits of a detox tea. I really don't. But you know, ChatGPT is right in a sense, but there's just better, cheaper ways to do it. Okay. Let's see. Did I mention that? However, it's crucial to understand that this effect is temporary and does not equate to long-term weight loss. Thank you. Okay. Additionally, some ingredients in detox teas, such as green tea, may have antioxidant properties that can support overall health. Antioxidants help combat free radicals in the body, potentially reducing the risk of chronic diseases. True, but you could just drink normal green tea or regular tea. There's no thing saying that detox tea is like special. And again, it would be cheaper. So we have that. However, it's important to note that the benefits of detox teas are largely anecdotal, and scientific research on their efficacy is limited. The body has its natural detoxification system in place, primarily carried out by the liver and the kidneys. These organs work efficiently to eliminate toxins, and there's no substantial evidence suggesting that detox teas significantly enhance their function. Yes, that's the only way that I would support a detox, for lack of a better description, is eating foods, eating things to support your liver and kidney function. Okay, usually it's not through some sort of supplement. It's gonna be through like doing the basics, drinking water, eating fiber, nutrient dense, rich foods. It kind of, what it does is it's like putting oil into your car, right? Like if you give it the shitty oil, it's not going to run as good. You risk getting like dirt in your tank and like the oil getting all clogged up and your car breaking down. That'd be the equivalent of drinking this detox tea. It's a quote unquote quick fix, but it's like cheap, right? But if we give it really high quality oil and we maintain up with tire rotations and we keep our car clean and we're gentle with it, we don't slam on the brakes, we don't rev it, it's gonna last a lot longer and probably work more efficiently, right? That's the equivalent of drinking our water, stretching, stress reduction. We're very similar to cars as humans, for sure. The better we take care of it, the more likely chance we have of it not breaking down. And don't get me wrong, there's some random ones. You could buy a new car off the lot and something goes wrong with it, right? No rhyme or reason to it. Sometimes that happens with us as well. But most of the time, if you tend to take better care of it, it tends to last longer. There you go, okay? Moreover, detox teas often come with potential risks and considerations. Some teas may contain laxatives or stimulants that can lead to digestive disturbances. I just wrote a blog post on this if you want to check it out on tinawildandfitness.com, but it's about the one time I failed in fitness. And I talked about, which I think I've talked about it on the podcast like many episodes ago, about how I took but green tea weight loss pills. Yeah, my friend took them. This was before I was really in the fitness space. I was just out of high school and she lost a lot of weight like doing nothing, and I was frustrated because I was eating like shit. I was drinking full sugar Monsters. This was before 0-cal Monsters. I was going out to eat at local restaurants like chicken strips, fries, milkshakes every night, like wasn't really working out. And I was like, why am I gaining weight? I don't know, right? I'm not doing anything wrong. And I took these green tea pills because I was like, what the heck? She's losing 10 pounds doing nothing. And she's like, I feel great. So I started taking them. Well, this was also the time when I was trying to cut back calories and work out a ton, and I was overloading myself with caffeine because these green tea pills had way over the normal limit of caffeine because you should be at like 450 milligrams, and it was just way over that. I had pretty much a panic attack at work. I was at Sam's Club at the time scanning groceries. I broke out into a sweat. My heart was racing. I thought I was gonna pass out. It's because I was eating nothing, over caffeinated. Yeah. So the green tea pills, the way they make you lose weight is they give you caffeine, which speeds up your heart rate, which makes you burn more calories. But the amount of calories that you're actually burning is so insignificant that you're better off just like walking, working out, eating better. Like it's just, yeah. Okay, so I've been there. And again, it's going to make you run to the bathroom. So yeah, you might lose 5 pounds. You might as well just get the stomach flu at that point. I mean, it's going to be the same thing. But then again, if you don't change your habits, as soon as you stop doing it, you're going to gain all the weight back, right? But something else important to note, that the laxative or stimulants can lead to digestive disturbances, electrolyte imbalances, because you're flushing out all the salts and sugars, and you're going to become dehydrated, or even dependency if used excessively. It's crucial to be aware of the potential side effects and consult with a healthcare professional before incorporating detox teas into your routine. I would just never incorporate them into your routine, but ChatGPT is very kind. Another important aspect to consider is that detox tea should never be used as a replacement for a well-balanced, nutrient-rich diet and an active lifestyle. Thanks, ChatGPT. Sustainable health and well-being rely on nourishing our bodies with wholesome foods, staying hydrated, and engaging in regular physical activity. Okay, and kind of going back to the car example, I was thinking about this in the shower yesterday, nonetheless. It can also work with like a house too. So like building a foundation of a house or taking care of a car. When people get supplements, detox teas, fancy workout gear, TikTok hacks, whatever it may be, that's the equivalent of like in your car getting the air fresheners, seat covers, steering wheel cover. I'm infamous for doing this when I was in high school. Like you get that really crappy, kind of rusty, worn out car and you don't have the money or like desire to fix it, or you don't know how to fix it. So you buy the flashy stuff on the outside to kind of make it look a little prettier, but does it do anything for the actual car? No. Same thing with the house. Maybe you bought a fixer-upper and you're like, well, I'm gonna put some plugins in, it'll smell better, when the foundation is like cracking, right? So that would be the equivalent of buying that stuff. When we do the nutrient-rich diet, active lifestyle, this would be when we maybe go to a mechanic and go in for a tune-up. or we replace the tires, or we cut out some of the rust. Like we focus on the big things. We fix the foundation in the house. We paint the walls. We get the electricity running. We get the water running. Like, we fix the root things. And trust me, it's important to fix those root things, because down the road, if you're cheap on them and you avoid them, what happens? You're like, oh, because my dad is a car mechanic. So I've heard many horror stories. They run their car past the 3,000 miles for an oil change, and then they lose their engine because their engine overheats. It's all dry, it's not lubricated, and they have to spend thousands of dollars on a new engine, and it's better off to get a new car. Same thing can happen to your body, right? You just push it off, and then you're spending thousands of dollars in the hospital on medication, maybe because now you're diabetic. You had some sort of attack that gave you an ER visit. Like, there's just so many things that could like relate to having a car and a person. But a person, it's usually a lot more dangerous, right? Because this is our body. Cars, we can like fix, cut things off of, replace. Human bodies, you can kind of do that to some extent, but not as much, right? So let's see what else ChatGPT has to say. If you're considering trying a detox tea, here are a few key recommendations. Okay, and this is good for anything, right? Research the ingredients. Familiarize yourself with the herbs and substances present in the tea. Be aware of potential interactions with medications or existing health conditions. Yes, if you're taking any medication, even if it's just birth control, check to see if there's any interactions first. Google it, ask your doctor, whatever, because I'd be curious, because sometimes it can inhibit absorption of certain things, can interact in a bad way with things. It's good to, one, just familiarize yourself with the ingredients, because one, just because it's herbal doesn't necessarily mean it's safe, doesn't mean it's good, okay? Just like if it's, made in a factory doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad, okay? So definitely do your research. 2, moderation is key. Use detox teas in moderation and follow the recommended dosage. Excessive consumption can lead to adverse effects. Not that I would ever recommend anybody does it, but if you were to do it, it would be like a every once in a while thing. Like maybe you're going on vacation and you want a little boost, and you're using it for that week and you don't use it for months after that. That would be my suggestion, even though I suggest you don't do it at all. Okay. Listen to your body. Yes, pay attention to how your body responds to the tea. If you experience any discomfort or adverse effects, discontinue and consult a healthcare professional. Like any supplement or anything you're putting into your body, your body's going to react differently person to person. It's kind of like working out as well. I have some people, just from training so many different people, that they can like do high intensity workout and they can sustain that stuff, and they like to be pushed like balls to the wall, and they're fine with it. I have other people, the second we try something intense, their body's not ready for it, and they get lightheaded, and they like the lower key, lower intensity workout stuff. And it kind of comes down to your body, your genetics, what medical issues you may have, just like your makeup of a human. And I think that kind of goes with supplements too. Like, there's some people that can get away with taking detox teas and maybe it works for them and they don't get any of the adverse side effects. Cool, good for them. They're like the outliers, but most people are going to probably feel like garbage, run into the bathroom, and not have long-lasting results, right? So that makes sense. Remember, there's no quick fix or magic solution for achieving optimal health. Thank you, ChatGPT, very intelligent. A holistic approach that focuses on balanced nutrition, regular exercise, and overall well-being is the most sustainable way to support your body's natural detoxification processes. That concludes today's episode of Health Matters. I hope this discussion has shed some light on the topic of detox teas. As always, consult with qualified healthcare professionals to make informed decisions about your health. Stay tuned for more insightful episodes, and until next time, prioritize your well-being. Outro music fades out. Look at ChatGPT. So what were your thoughts? I thought that was pretty accurate. I think ChatGPT brought together and brought forth the detox tea for what it is, and I played at the idea of like what it would be if you took it, but gave you that air of caution and said like, hey, ultimately, the healthy habits are going to be what's getting you the long-lasting results, but this is something to kind of be like a booster, right? So I do agree with most of that, and I thought they did a good job at writing it. So good for ChatGPT. So I'm curious, did you enjoy this episode? Because I think we'll wrap it up here. Like, did you think that was fun? Do you want to see more AI generated scripts, or maybe even just like questions, Q&As? I'd be happy to like ask ChatGPT some things and like some crazy questions and see what its response is, and maybe we could do a whole Q&A episode because I think that'd be kind of fun, like health and fitness related, also lifestyle, maybe celebrities, whatever, like questions about life, like big life questions, like is there a god? Like, you know, I'd be curious to see what ChatGPT has to say. Let me know your thoughts. Message me on Instagram at TinaWildandFit. You can email me, Facebook, wherever you want. If you like this episode, be sure to follow for more updates. I release new episodes every Monday and Wednesday. And let me think, is there anything else? Oh, you can leave a review. If you really like the Tea with Tina podcast, it would help me out a lot if you left a review. You could just hit the 5 stars. You don't even have to write anything. It just helps more eyes see this podcast. But other than that, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we will chat next time. Bye.